Hello there, folks. Happy here, and actually hope you guys are having a lovely day. We are watching a replay of a 1v1 battle in Rome 2 Dividend Impera mod. This is part of the Terminators tournament, and we are watching Ptolemaic Egypt versus Iceni. Ptolemaic player is my buddy on Discord. I know his anime kid. You're probably gonna see him as Ori Hardun. And then we have Iceni player Skinny Black. Shout out to both players, and I hope we're gonna be entertaining today's video. Uh, let's first start with the army. For the Egyptian player, we have 5 of these Roman Trader Legionnaires. It's a very sturdy unit, excellent from the front line, something to be expected. Then we have Korean levies. These guys are a kind of trashy unit, and I don't think he had more money. Has 3 of them, 2 of them on the flanks and one the center. I'm assuming that this one will be used a meat shield to counteract the Iceni charge bonus. Then we have Judean slingers, 3 of them. These guys are pretty good. 11 is the missile damage, and 190 is the range for the unit. Then we have 4 of these guys, 2 on each flank. These are Thracian Folksmen. They are very interesting. So their melee attack and defense is nothing special. Charge bonus is 21, so excellent charge. They have weapon damage of 21 plus AP damage of 7. They have bonus versus infantry, elephants, and bonus versus cavalry. Armor is only 10, but they have 2 precursor javelins, which is very interesting. Usually, Folksmen do not have precursors, so these guys are a bit special. And then for his cavalry contingent, is very small, but I would say more elite. We have Egyptian linen cataphracts. These guys are not the best cataphracts in the game. Their morale is not the best. They have solid armor 41. I say just solid because you can see cataphracts will have 50 something. Their melee defense is really bad. It's something that you can see on the horse archer unit. But they have really good weapon damage, excellent charge bonus. And then we have a Secret Squadron, which is a great shock cavalry unit overall. And then his opponent would be, as we said, Iceni player Skinny John, and he's bringing an interesting army. So we have Britannic Heavy Cavalry. These guys are amazing. Melee attack is 13, 14 melee defense. Good charge bonus, excellent weapon damage of 35. They have bonus versus infantry. They have pretty good armor, and they have solid morale. So, excellent overall unit. Very sturdy. We have light cavalry. Again, 2 of them on both flanks. These guys will be responsible for, kind of disturbing the enemy, skirmishing a bit. Then his front line is consisting of Britannic noble swordsmen. One is his general. He has 2 of these guys on the side. He also has 2 of these retainer swordsmen. Interesting unit, not completely trashy, but kind of lower mid tier, I would say. Has a bunch of spears as well. Britannic noble spearmen. This is very similar to hoplite, but they don't have hoplite formation. They have shield walls. Very defensively oriented unit. We have guard spearmen. Amazing attack, 14. Defense is 14 as well. Excellent weapon damage. Very, very interesting unit. Again, 2 of them, as we said. We have Britannic Levy Spearman 2, and we have Retainer Spearman 2 as well. And for his skirmishing contingent, he has Spear Slingers. Britannic Spear Slingers, as we said, they have spears. This is what set them apart from other type of slingers, and they're pretty much similar to the Judean slingers on the opponent's side, but they're more capable in like anti-cavalry fight. So without further ado, let's start. Seems like both players will be aggressive. Just to note that I haven't seen the replay, so should be interesting. I find it curious that Iceni player has no dedicated formation. So usually I would put swords in the center. It's kind of mixed formation with swords and spears. So we're gonna see how it goes. It seems like he's willing to break formation and be more aggressive. That was to be expected because he has advantage in cavalry. Maybe not in quality, but quantity for sure. And these guys have speed of 6. Those guys have speed these guys have speed of 8, and those are speed of 6. So they're never gonna catch up with his light cav. So he's, you know, feeling very relaxed. And now slingers are opening fire on this unit, which is good. But they're exposing themselves. Let me see if there is a retaliatory attack. Yeah, pretty much. But he's managed to retreat them before they suffer too many casualties. No losses for the time being for these guys. They took some hit point damage, that's for sure. I would say the crucial thing, if you are an Egyptian player right now, is not to overreact. The job for the enemy cavalry is to confuse you, and you do not want to overreact to this. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's pushing his infantry. Interesting. Again, what I would advise would be to kind of turtle up in this situation. So instead of pushing your front line from here to here, what is happening now is that you're kind of opening up. I don't like this. You see? It feels like, especially on the left flank, that is exposed to a degree. And now you have to look inwards like this. And it's more difficult to check on all the units and where they are and what they're doing. So this gives like Brittonic faction more of a room for attack, more openings. Usually the best thing is to kind of retreat a bit, to try to deal with enemy cavalry if you can, and only then fight in the open battle. But those guys are taking some fire by now. Oh, precursors coming in. Seems like they're on the edge of the range, so yeah, these guys are gonna take some casualties. The front line is exchanging precursors as well. Let me see if they're gonna use levies to block the charge. Okay, charge is happening. Nice one, nice one. These guys gonna get a charge off. Oh yeah, they maybe get a final charge, like a last second or something. Noble swordsmen are about to charge. Did we get a charge back? No. So this could be really tough for the legionnaires. They are forming defensive formation. Well, that was to be expected. I guess their job is to hold the front line. Yeah, but those guys got wrecked on the charge, and they're being focused down by the slingers. Let me see. Okay, we have a development. There are a couple of mistakes here. I would say that the general is being exposed. You know, cavalry. If I were a Iceni player, I would be focusing on the enemy general right now with all my slingers. There's no easy way to break through the front line with cavalry, so that's a big issue. Also, as I said, it's very important not to overreact to enemy cavalry. Just keep your formation closed for as long as possible and use your own cavalry to kind of deny enemy cavalry entry points. And the mistake is that he probably did not want his cavalry to get fired by light cavalry, so he moved them forward, but now he's exposing them to enemy slingers. And if you keep your cav in the back, they're out of the way of the slingers, but you have your slingers to fight the enemy light cavalry. So now these guys are kind of exposed. You can see this. It'll be very difficult to keep them alive. Let's see what happens. Because this infantry is trying to close the gap, but it's too late for them. They're so slow. And it seems like this Linen Cataphract unit is trying to find room to get to slingers, but very little space to charge. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a problem. I would say well executed by Brittonic player. It's a nice trap. I will probably charge directly into the general over here. That might be a mistake. Okay, he's now charging in. And 2 units of slingers are gone. Basically, they did not do much. But now this unit is being charged by 2 other units of heavy cavalry. This slinger is still alive. But we have dangerous development on the flank. Again, overreacting to that cav unit is a big problem because cav can outrun you. And if he kept his formation closed, this would not have happened. You can always learn from some of these battles. I hope I'm not being too critical of the players. It's so easy to be a general after battle, of course. The excellent charge. Excellent charge by Britannic cavalry. One of the concerns is that whenever you charge, you want to spread out your troops as much as possible. So you have the charge bonus set on the unit. But it was a real nice rear charge. And these guys are probably going to suffer some serious casualties. They lost both of their skirmishing calves. Okay, Egyptian player is pulling out because here comes the noble swordsman unit. And they break off the engagement. Britannic heavy cavalry, these guys suffered some serious casualties. But now they have open route for Judean slingers. This is the last of the slingers. The Rio swords are about to crack. Oh, they're doing a lot of damage. A lot of damage on this heavy cavalry unit. We have a rear charge, and the front line is actually forming square. As we said, Romans are very sturdy units. And they can hold for a very long time, but they're being outnumbered. And here comes the additional echelon from the Egyptian player. He's trying to bring his general in the center to stabilize the front. Are we going to see a charge? This could be really bad for Britannic heavy cavalry because they're busy chasing after slingers, and they're going to get hit. These guys got rear charged again. Yeah, kind of a waste of the unit. This could be crucial, losing all of your cavalry. And again, that mistake. Look, if you are... It's okay to fire in the rear of this unit, but your primary target should be enemy cavalry at this point because you're running out of yours, especially the general. And we're seeing linen cataphracts breaking out. Those guys are winning on the flank. And let's see the charge. Oh, very nice. But as we said, that these slingers actually have spears. And they're going to suffer casualties directly in the charge, but later they're probably going to... They're going to strike cataphracts. And now they're being targeted by 2 other slinger units, so probably not going to go well for the cataphracts. But this general unit is wrapping up a lot of kills. Korean levies are just not a match for this unit. Front lines, I think the Legionnaires lost for the most part. Okay, these guys came up on top. Bunch of Egyptian units running. They might come back. This unit is very healthy of the Rio Spears, so they're probably going to come back. The problem for Britain player is that now he has no cavalry left. Oh, a great charge on the enemy general. Striking him in the rear. Let's see how many of them drop. I would say only a few. It's still a healthy unit. Still a healthy unit. But Ptolemaic General is doing a great job. Just cycling, rear charging again and again. This is the danger of having enemy heavy shock cavalry late in the game. Alive, and they're now running unopposed for the most part. Those guys had a really nice charge, but they broke on charge. That sucks. They didn't get a lot of kills on those slingers. And those guys also break. It will be hammer and anvil, but the anvil broke. Just a few seconds. If they held for a few more seconds, this would be a much, much better charge. Very close battle. I love it. Again, very nice charge. Those guys are breaking. Look at the kills of this general unit. They got charged like by 3 different units and they're still fighting. Very, very strong. Linen Cataphracts coming on top in this one. These guys trying to pull through. Oh, let me see this rear charge. Oh, it seems like those guys broke before. Yeah, they broke before. Is the general still alive? Yeah, he's still alive. But he's getting very close. Oh, those guys got hit. Pretty bad. Yeah, I would say Brittonic player is running out of units now. His general is staying strong. But I feel like he's trying to pull through for some reason. By doing this, he's trying not to be flanked, but, you know, he's having his formation breached. And he's turning on the opposite side, so his rear is exposed. Is shaken. Are we going to see the rear charge again? Here come the Linen Cataphracts. Pajama boys. Linen versus silk. Amazing rear charge. Judeo Three Spears, I think, did a great job in this battle. And as we said, not many units are left. Those slingers gonna charge in, but they probably not gonna do well versus legionnaires. And by this time, the general should be gone as well. Yeah, he died. Excellent battle. Excellent battle. It was pretty cool to see, you know, different factions, different styles, different cultures. So I would say the MVP would be the general for the Egyptian player. He did a great job. So many rear charges, you know, left and right. Did a really, really good job. He was there in the center to encourage his men to hold when things looked really desperate. This Cataphract unit did a great job as well. This one got stuck initially, you know. Probably got some HP point damage during the initial fight with enemy cavalry. And then they got a nice charge into those slingers. The problem is that, as we said, they have spears, and then other 2 slinger units focused on it. And it kind of died quickly, too bad. Slingers did nothing for the Egyptian player. I said at the opening, like, it's very important not to overreact to your enemy cavalry on the flanks. He had units to kind of keep the formation and just use his own cavalry to react to enemy cavalry. But he made a mistake. That opening cost him all of his skirmishers, and they didn't do much. As opposed to the enemy skirmishers that did really, really well in this battle. But this caused Iceni player to lose all of his cavalry mobility, the advantage he had, and that was really bad. That was really bad. He also made a mistake into charging into Teria spears and staying there, because these are not ordinary Teria spears. These are Judean Teria spears, and they are tougher. So he did rear charge them with one of the units. It was this one. But he stayed in the fight, and that charge was clean, but it was kind of tight. And what they weren't spread out to do maximum damage on the charge, and this is why they suffer heavy casualties. They got charged by cataphracts, and that was it. So losing cavalry was a really, really big deal for a CD player because he had an advantage in infantry, I feel like, but his cavalry got destroyed early on, and that was a problem. These guys did a great job overall. Some of them did better, some of them did worse. This unit got absolutely annihilated. One of the reasons is that they got charged by noble swordsmen, and the other thing is that this unit I think was focused down by slingers. But elsewhere, where they were fighting spears, they did a great job. So a very interesting fight. I think that the Ptolemy player made a few mistakes early on, kind of overreacting to enemy cavalry, pushing his infantry forwards. He opened up gaps in his lines. Iceni player made a mistake of losing his cavalry. His general did a tremendous job in melee, killing so many units, getting charged multiple times, but this is a really, really tough unit. That was it. Like, great usage of slingers. The only mistakes with slingers was that he should have targeted the enemy general. If he did that, maybe this battle would play out differently, but as I said, it's very easy to comment on this. Like, in the heat of battle, you don't have much time to think and react. For us, it's easy to see it from Bird's perspective, but for them, it's a bit tougher. So kudos to both players. Excellent battle. I wish them all the best in the tournament, and good luck. See you next time. Bye-bye, guys.